Hi, I'm Kirby Allison. Thank you for all of your comments and questions that you guys have posted. After reading them all and answering as many as possible, I've selected 5 that we're going to feature in today's Q&A video. Each of these individuals I have selected will receive a complimentary pair of our Sovereign Grade shoelaces as a token of our appreciation for their participation. In today's Q&A video, I'm going to be answering questions you've asked about me on Instagram. Our first question today is from Vin Dassel, and it reads, when and why did you decide that the way you present yourself to the world was important? Yeah, great question. Over time and with experimentation, I noticed that invariably I was treated better if I was dressed nicer. You know, there's a few things that really impact how one forms their initial impression of you and invariably how they treat you, and that is how well you're dressed and how well you speak. And so it just was through experience, of traveling through the airport dressed in a suit and tie with a hat, or going to a restaurant, dressed well, again in a suit and tie, that I noticed that the better I was dressed, always the better I was treated. So as I've grown older and with this experience behind me, I really make a point more and more to dress in a suit and tie as you see me today, especially when traveling or going out with my family. If you have any doubt whether this would work for you, I encourage you to give it a try the next time that you're traveling through an airport or going to a nice restaurant. Dressing up and putting a little bit of extra effort into your outfit, having a nice tie, a jacket, a well-shined pair of shoes, clean hands, even a pocket square or a hat, just makes a tremendous difference in terms of how you're treated. For more suggestions or insight into this topic, I encourage you to take a look at our 8 Secrets of the Well-Dressed video, where we really dive into detail some of the hallmarks of a well-dressed gentleman. Our second question today is from callsign Pip-Boy, and it reads, what brand of glasses do you wear? So great question. The glasses I wear are Francois Pinton from Paris. These are acetate frame glasses, and I have a pair of seeing glasses and a pair of sunglasses made from Francois Pinton. Absolutely love them. They're nice and light on the face. But I'm also having a pair of bespoke horn glasses made in Paris from Atelier Baudin, and you can see me visiting their atelier in Paris to have my second fitting in an upcoming Parisian city tour video. Next, we have a question from Hello Welcome TOC, and it reads, what kind of hair product do you use? So I actually use a water-soluble cream-based hair product that's more like a pomade. Now, it's not a grease-based and it's not a gel, and the reason I like it is because, one, it gives a much softer look while still clumping together and providing a little bit of additional volume to your hair, but it also washes out very easily at night without the aid of any type of shampoo, which I particularly enjoy because some of the grease-based hair products are really difficult to wash out. They don't rinse out easily and require you to otherwise shampoo your hair every night to return or restore that natural texture. Our next question is from Proud Thaxi Sisson, and it reads, how many suits do you own, and what kind of suit do you think every gentleman should have? A great question. For the longest time, whenever I first graduated college, my first bespoke suit, and the only one I owned for years, was a beautiful dark gray charcoal herringbone suit. Incredibly formal and versatile. I could wear it at night, I could wear it during the day, I could wear it to a funeral, I could wear it to a wedding. And that's actually one of the suits that I would recommend that every gentleman should have next to a navy suit. Those 2 suits, a navy suit and a charcoal suit, are 2 of the most versatile pieces anyone can own, and they're the first 2 suits that I suggest everyone start with. Now, of course, as my wardrobe has grown, I've added, frescoes and some double-breasted suits and some strollers, and of course a tuxedo and a dinner jacket. But if someone is just starting out, my advice is to always resist the temptation to go for the interesting and instead to focus on the basics, because those are going to be what are going to provide you the greatest amount of use. Our next question is from SCM_alpha, and it reads, how did you get in love with shoes? So that's a great question. I really think my love affair with shoes began in college, and you can see that in the video that we filmed where I go over my entire collection of shoes. Some of the most memorable and special pairs of shoes that I still own to this day, I acquired back in college because as a college student on a fixed budget, it was easier for me to go buy a nice pair of leather dress shoes than it was a suit. So with that, my love affair for shoes really developed. The other thing that I really appreciated about nice shoes in college that kind of drove my passion for them was how a nice pair of shoes really was quite versatile. You could wear it with a pair of blue jeans, you could wear it with a suit to go interview, and so that I found that as I was investing in building out my wardrobe as a college student with very limited funds, that my best return at that moment was shoes. Now, of course, whenever I graduated, it became shirts and then evolved into suits. But I think that anyone that's looking to begin to dabble or experiment with developing a wardrobe, the first place that most men start is with shoes or dress shirts. One of the things that I wish I'd realized earlier was how versatile ties can be for how much money they cost. For as little as $125, $150, you can purchase a tie of really the finest quality that can provide a lifetime of use. Our new Sovereign Grade collection of ties really draws on this recent interest I have in well-made ties. Our Sovereign Grade collection focuses on those traditional, tried and true patterns, but made with the really finest craftsmanship without being overly expensive. And these are ties that are very easy to acquire and would provide years, if not decades, of great use. Our last question today reads, what are your thoughts about the no sock look with suits? Can you pull it off? So this is a really hotly debated question, and of course everyone has their own personal opinion, but really my strong personal opinion is that you should never wear a suit without socks. Not only is it unsightly, but it also can be quite rude and offensive to other people that you're around. And so, of course I've got several friends who are very well dressed but insist on not wearing socks. And the problem can be in that in more traditional settings, socks really still are required. And so I'll give you a little bit of an anecdote. So I was in New York visiting this friend, and we were headed to one of my clubs for lunch, and he was wearing a suit with a turtleneck. Now all the clubs in New York, London, Paris, they require a suit and tie to be admitted. And so I called the club to inquire that although a turtleneck is quite formal, would they allow my friend in without a tie? And I was very surprised, actually, that they said no, unequivocally, you must be wearing a tie. A turtleneck, even if you're wearing a suit and jacket, won't suffice. So this friend actually had to run home. He had one clean white dress shirt left, and he was able to throw it on with the tie. And I texted him, right before he left, and I said, make sure you bring a pair of socks because I don't want you to have gone all the way home for your shirt and tie and then to have them not let you in because you weren't wearing socks. Well, he gets to the club, and sure enough, the porter at the front door, saw him as he was walking up the stairs without socks and called us back down to point this out, of course, very politely. But luckily, my friend had an extra pair of socks in his briefcase. Upon my suggestion, was able to put those on. So there's still social circles out there in certain environments where socks really are still required. And the reason is it's just out of respect for other people. If you're sitting there, in a chair and you've got your legs crossed and your trouser leg is riding up, although it might be cool, at the beach to, not have socks on and to expose your ankles, if you're in a formal traditional environment, exposing your ankles really can be perceived by many as still being rude. And so that's why personally I never wear a suit without socks, and really even over the calf socks, because those over the calf socks are going to be what further help prevent your socks from sliding down and exposing your bare leg. Once again, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for their comments and questions. It's your engagement on our YouTube channel that make these Q&A videos possible. Not only do these Q&As give me an opportunity to answer in greater depth a lot of the questions that I'm already answering, but they allow me to take a moment to acknowledge my appreciation of everyone's involvement in this channel. I absolutely enjoyed this platform and how it has allowed me to connect more directly with all of you, and I really have fun interacting with you and answering your questions. If you haven't taken an opportunity to ask a question or make a comment, I invite you to do so. Even if you don't have a question to ask, sharing your opinion or your thoughts about our content helps us make better videos for you in the future. I read all those comments and questions personally and really do enjoy getting back to as many of them as I possibly can. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications by clicking the bell to the right of the subscribe button so that you can learn whenever we release new videos. If you have any questions or comments about anything we discussed on this video, please ask them in the comments section below. And of course, please visit hangerproject.com, where we have the largest, most comprehensive collection of luxury garment care and shoe care accessories in the world, as well as many other incredible products for the well-dressed. And while you are there, subscribe to our newsletter to receive notifications of new product launches, promotions, as well as a weekly digest of all the videos we publish here on our YouTube channel. I'm Kirby Allison, and thanks for joining me.